Hi, it is Icky McSticky coming to you quickly with another video, and I'm not even going to beat around the bush. Today I'm going to talk about the infamous MGTOW thing. And I'm going to call it a movement because a movement requires changing something when they're not trying to change anything. They're just saying this is what society is, okay, we're going to leave it instead of take it and go somewhere else. And at the end of the day, that's all it is. I see a lot of videos, and you could go on any YouTube search and type up MGTOW, and all you get is stuff like Bulldog Mindset, where they inaccurately, preach that it's just a bunch of losers who have sex with sex dolls, which also I'm technically for, but that's a video for another day. But you could really tell that the YouTube algorithm likes to bury this and spin their own bias on it and say that they all hate women, when really a lot of them just understand that the dating market nowadays has such an unrealistic expectation that very few men are going to be able to live up to that expectation, period. It's like legitimately asking a bunch of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu blue belts to try and beat Royce Gracie in a Jiu-Jitsu fight. It's something you really can't ask of anybody. Because, this is no hatred speech or anything like that. I don't want to get this censored. But we have a lot of females in today's society where they say, okay, I want this in a man, this in a man, this in a man, this in a man. If one of those checklists does not come off, then guess what? Then you're not living up to it. But how many men are actually going to find every single last one of those checks on the lists? And I'm all for, not throwing out the baby with the bathwater, and I don't agree with this movement 100% of the time because I do know some women who are really good women and are really principled and don't have these unrealistic dating expectations, but they are so outnumbered by women with unrealistic dating expectations that I'm like, okay, I do not see the baby booming rate happening again because, one, my generation has had a very bad parent model and any example to lead by. But I think the only way to fix the solution is both sides, both MGTOW and the girl power movement, which I'm not going to say because that's a red flag word, need to ask, okay, what is fair? What is actual evenness? Where can we say, okay, you don't do this, we don't do that, and we could cohabitate and have healthy relationships? It's only a one-sided battle at this point. And like my Bella Thorne video, I am going to hold men to a standard with this. This is not an anti-women video. This is me telling men that part of the reason it has gotten this bad is because I do find a lot of them to be weak in their convictions, where they will bend over for the opposite sex because they are all so desperate, because they're all dumbed down and soyed out by anime, video games, lack of physical activity, lack of any sort of discipline to hold down a job. Where obviously if you're a man and you are, telling a woman that you could treat me like this and I'm just going to let you walk over, yeah, you deserve to be treated like that in a sense. But at the same time, there's also a thing where a guy could do all the right things, and guess what? He is still not going to be enough, and then it's going to come down to a point where 10 years later, that same girl is going to come back and say, oh, I'm sorry I treated you so well. But when is the guy going to feel it and take it back? Because guess what? I would not take anything back if I was treated like that. I've had people leave my life for an extended period of time after treating me like garbage and then come back when they wanted something. And this is just anything. It was probably 5 times this has happened where I said, you know what, no, you don't just get to come back into my life like this after treating me this bad. So guys need some self-respect and girls need more realism. The solution is a two-way street. Guys also, though, on MGTOW, one of my big things is a lot of them say, well, I want a woman who is a housewife. Well, guess what? Not all women nowadays are going to be housewives ever. In fact, I would actually prefer dating a woman with a career herself. That's actually good for me. That shows that she's willing to make her own money. And it also shows that she's not a gold digger, which is the real thing in dating that I am very afraid of. I do not want to be dated explicitly for my money. I want to be dated for who I am as a person. That's it. And if I'm not ever felt good enough, I have the balls to walk away, which not a lot of men do nowadays. But I'm also going to leave this off because I don't want to, go past the normal TikTok attention span that our generation and people nowadays have because of bitterness in the human race. So I'm going to leave it with this. Women, get more realistic expectations and understand where MGTOW is coming from. And then in return, they'll understand where you are coming from. Guys, toughen the heck up. Have a nice day. Peace out.